4, 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, they both got the first level correct. They are both deafened in call, so we are off to the races, quite literally. This level is not terribly difficult. You can solve it pretty easily with an underpult. If you just hang something off that ball, you can pult the ball over, which it looks like that is what IGLima is doing. Meanwhile, rrrrmrmr is trying to set something up on top. So I wanted, like, in theory, this is just a simple catapult level, but I wanted to try to, you know, throw them off a little bit by making it look a little weird. But the reality is this can just be a simple catapult level. We'll see if that's what they go for. IGLima is going for a nice chain to snag the wheel, and that looks like it'll work. As long as it doesn't get stuck when he puts like a basket there or something. Oh, I think he's just going to try to hit it. I thought he might put a basket on the end to grab it. Yeah, so this first level I don't expect to take too long, and then they get a little harder each time. I think I did a much better job for this one, going sort of easy, medium. Like the second and third are pretty comparable in difficulty based on my testing. I couldn't quite decide which one's harder. It's hard when you like make the levels and you already have a design in mind while you're making it to know whether it's where it is on the difficulty scale. Yeah, so rrrrmrmr is going for that pult that I mentioned earlier. He's gonna have to tweak it a little bit. I think he's got a little too much weight and he's dropping it with too much force. He can decrease his weight a little bit and shorten that chain so it doesn't tug so hard. He can also pull the main joint of his pult down a little bit to get a little better leverage from the pult. But he just has way too much power and he has not realized it yet. Meanwhile, IGLima, oh, there you go. There's a good pult. Now he just needs to get it to function properly. IGLima's still working on this sort of chain catapult using the wheel as the fulcrum for the pult. Oh, rrrrmrmr pulted to the left, but it had too much power. IGLima scooped it and solved it. IGLima is on to level 2. rrrrmrmr does not look too far behind. I think rrrrmrmr got rid of too much weight. Oh, he's close, and there's a solve. Holy crap, we're close on this. This is the first one where we've had like a close start. No one got hung up on level 1. So we are still close. They're literally loading level 2 at the same time. This is awesome. rrrrmrmr is going to try to cart this over to the right, it looks like. IGLima is sizing things up. Yeah, so it looks like rrrrmrmr is going to try to drop a scoop with a cart to pick the balls up and use that top wheel to kind of scoop them in. And it looks like IGLima is working on a bridge to get over the balls over to the right first, which is not a bad idea. Oh, it was already tipping over. He could have just made the left rod wooden and make the top rod water so that when it tips over, the left rod becomes the top rod for the bridge. What are we doing here now? This is interesting. Yeah, so scooping the balls is definitely the easy part for this level. The harder part is figuring out how to get a bridge over on the right. I didn't have any trouble with it, but it can be a little tricky if you like get stuck and can't figure out the best way to go about it. Okay. That's an interesting bridge. It's not quite gonna work for IGLima though. rrrrmrmr is still trying to figure out how he wants to arrange his cart. Oh, IGLima's really close. If he moves the middle joint of his 2 wooden rods farther down into the, well, farther to the left, it might help him out quite a bit. Oh, is he just going to try to use this to scoop the balls? Oh, interesting. Yeah, he's just going to use this one cart for everything. I had two different mechanisms, one to scoop, one to bridge. But holy crap, that's not a bad idea. In fact, with a shorter chain, he might have this solved really soon. And there he goes, shortening his chain. rrrrmrmr is working on a cart that's going to push the balls over to the left. We're really close on IGLima's design. He can shorten his chain a little more and maybe reposition that basket, the scooper. Because with it kind of tilted to the right, it sort of rolls over the balls like that. If he angles that to the left, it will have a better time scooping the balls rather than rolling over them. Yeah, so moving that joint down like he just did is exactly what I was looking for. But the cart does not want to move at the moment. We're adding more wheels to help it move. Meanwhile, rrrrmrmr is opting for a new design. It looks like he's going to drop a catapult over to the right and try to scoop it with a catapult. Man, IGLima got really close. I thought he was going to have like an insanely fast solve, but he's still sort of working on it. This is an interesting idea by rrrrmrmr. I didn't think about this idea at all, but I think it could work. My concern is getting a bridge over to the right. Unless the pult will just have enough power to send the balls all the way over. That would be really interesting. I have a feeling it's going to fall to the left with how he has it. Okay, there we go. That should help. It's still falling back to the left. It's probably still going to fall to the left until he really figures it out. Yeah, IGLima's basket, with that brown rod tilted to the right, it's kind of moving over the balls. If he tilts the basket to the left, it will do a better job scooping them. See how it just rolls right over top of them? Yeah, a pink wheel on the basket would help a lot too. He might have to power his clockwise wheels a little better to counteract the pink wheel if the pink wheel's touching the ground. But you could even just put the pink wheel like on a blue support, so the support passes through the wheels, and then oh, this is interesting. Totally different basket, but it might just tip over them. It is tipping over them. But he's adding more weight to try to keep it from tipping over them. Interesting. Oh, rrrrmrmr has got a design that I think has some merit. Maybe not. I don't know. I am not sure about his design here. It's gonna show enough promise that he will probably keep working on it and try to make it work. But I'm not 100% convinced. He's adding more power. And it's showing some signs of promise. It's going to get both of the balls over to the right, and one went in. Holy crap. So oh, save it. You should have just saved that design so he could like send the bridge over to the right or something. He's just going to keep tweaking this until it works. I think he needs some way of getting a bridge over to the right in addition to this pult. Because this pult will definitely consistently get the balls over the hill, but not past the gap. I would love to see rrrrmrmr find some other mechanism of getting a bridge into place. But yeah, both our competitors... Oh, there's that purple wheel for IGLima to help the basket out. Both of our competitors are trying to do all of this in one mechanism. When I did it, I used two. One to move the balls to the right, and one to send a bridge over the top to the right. Not necessary, clearly. It's just how I did it. And I found it pretty easy with that method. I'll share the links in chat. Give me 1 second. This is number 2. They both solved the first one, and we are on to the second one. So there's the design links. If you have the game Tanuki and you just copy and paste that number into like the player levels load by ID. If you put the number in that load by ID, you'll be able to see each of these levels. Lex Dog is having some trouble connecting. Oof. Oh, there! What's up, Lex? This is second level. They both solved the first level, and they're both working on the second one now. I like IGLima's design a little more than rrrrmrmr's. rrrrmrr seems a little too tweaky, unless he did something different with expecting that Pult to send the balls all the way to the right. If he added a bridge, I think his design would work really quickly. If he found some way of getting a bridge to the right. But he's not finding a way. He's just not thinking of doing a bridge. He's trying to do it all with one Pult. Which is the whole reason I made the level like this. To make it a little harder than just getting the balls over a hill. So he's going for a lucky tweak. And the problem is you don't know when that's going to work. While Eagle's cart is showing promise. Just not quite getting there. Hi, puppy. Hello. Oh, hi, puppy. Okay, IGLima's cart is not quite working. He's changing up the chain a little bit. See, if he just changes the angle on his scooper. Okay, there he goes. He's changing the angle. That should help. The problem is the way he's got his... Oh! rrrrmrmr did the cart. rrrrmrmr's got a cart. rrrrmrmr has a cart. rrrrmrmr has a bridge. That's getting pulted. It doesn't need to be as high as it is. He can lower the left side so it doesn't interact with his catapult. Or that works. Man, IGLima is so close. Good girl. Good puppy. rrrrmrmr, what are we doing with that? The brown rods around that one wheel. I did not see when he did that. I don't know what that's for. The bridge doesn't need to be quite as high as he has it. He can lower it a little bit, which I think will help quite a bit. Yeah, I'm confused about what all those brown rods around the wheels are for. Hi, I already said hi. They're both so close, but they've both been stuck like at this spot for kind of a while. And can't quite figure out what to do from here. Oh, they do make it go faster. I didn't even think about that, Zhirek. That's true. Okay, so he's kind of getting his bridge into position, but now the catapult is getting messed up. Oh! Yeah, he needs to find a way to keep it from moving, but having those two powered wheels might be too much, and it's just going to keep rolling, I think. Oh, wait. Did Eagles work and I missed it? No, no, no. He's saving and trying something else. Oh man, we're trying something else right now. That is stressful to completely scrap your design and try for something else. rrrrmrmr's kind of got a cart. He can, yeah, shorten that route a little bit, which will help. And then he's got to find a way to get his pult into position better than it is currently. It looks like IGL's going for a more brown-focused design so far. He's gonna try to like pop that stick into the in between the wheel and the ground, and with all that weight, it'll pop it over to the left. Man, rrrrmrmr, we are close. rrrrmrmr's close. He just needs to get his pult onto the ground. Huh, I wonder if this single pult could work for IGLima. If he adds a little more power, it kind of shows some promise. Like the angle at which it's kind of pulting the thing. I kind of like it. Oh, is he sending a bridge over the top? He's going to have to find a way to delay his pult from being enacted. Man, rrrrmrmr's getting close. Oh! He popped the balls over, but his bridge was like going up the hill, so they fell to the left. rrrrmrmr's just kind of waiting on a lucky tweak right now. That's all he needs. Yeah, IGL's trying to get a bridge there in time, but if he wants, and the bridge is getting there, but like it's all interacting together and becoming kind of a mess. The blue rod will help, give it some space for the balls to travel between that cart. But I feel like he needs something to delay his pult. Otherwise, he's still gonna struggle. rrrrmrmr! Oh man, rrrrmrmr's cart is still going up that hill. Oh, rrrrmrmr? Do we have it? Oh my gosh, that was so close from rrrrmrmr. Is that a solve, Zirek? Please tell me that's a solve. Look, it's different when you have the stress of the competition and it's like high intensity, your adrenaline's pumping, you get tunnel vision. Not easy. Oh, his poor catapult's getting stuck. It's like, for rrrrmrmr, it's like either his bridge or his pult will work. That's true. You get to see two different ways of doing things. rrrrmrmr's in there. rrrrmrmr's on to level 3. rrrrmrmr, I don't think rrrrmrmr. So rrrrmrmr and IGLima both played in the first live tournament that I had. Yeah, so here's level 3. You have a lot of build space to work with, and you just got to move that rectangle from around that little snake. I'm confused about why he is making this cart like that. Oh, I see what he's doing. Okay, I see what he's doing. So now he's just going to have that yellow wheeled all the way to the right. That's smart. That's smart. This is smart. Oh man, IGL's really close, but his bridge fell in. No, he's got to solve 2. Man, guys, you don't have to roast them like this. They're doing their best here. IGL's really close. rrrrmrmr almost has the rectangle off the first ledge. Probably will pretty soon. As soon as he gets this to like fall properly. He could just like connect the bottom right and the top right. Okay, no, we're good. Is this going to work for Iggle? Are the balls going to be able to make it past that yellow wheel? I think he is. I think his computer's kind of having a problem. Because when he started, it was running faster. I'll add him just in case. Oh, did he solve it and I missed it? I think he solved it. It was very close and he's moving on, so I'm going to trust him. It looked like it was about to work. I just didn't see the balls actually go in. rrrrmrmr using a brown weight, which is going to be a problem, and get in the way of anything else he would try to build there. Yeah, he's trying to catch that brown weight. Just use the blue weight. You have plenty of pieces. Just use the blue weight. Oh well. He'll get it figured out. Yeah, this last level is a little evil. I thought it'd be harder. Well, I thought it'd be easier, but then I started testing it and I was like, it's not the easiest level in the world. But also, like, moving that bottom left rectangle is super easy with a couple powered wheels. That's what I said. Like, just use a water weight. Oh, man. Looks like Iggle's going to try to drag the rectangle over to the right instead of it rolling over the top. Both good options. Yeah, rrrrmrmr setting up his last bit of design, but the hardest section is the middle section for sure. rrrrmrmr might run out of pieces with how he's doing everything, because this needs a lot of support to function. Well, hopefully they both solve within half an hour, because I've got a Mario Sunshine competition to join at 2 p.m. in 35 minutes. I think they'll get it. Maybe. I'm just happy that they're both on the third level at the same time. That didn't happen in either of the two previous competitions. Oh man, rrrrmrmr is low on pieces already, just because of how many wheels he's using. I don't know if he's going to have enough pieces for this middle section. Yep, smart rrrrmrmr. That will help. He could just connect that purple section to his catapult. Let's see if he opts for that. Oh, we're erasing things. His pult, look at those tiny weight, like the tiny pieces he's using on that weight. If he used some large water rods, he would have much more success than what he's doing currently. Ooh, interesting choice from Iggle to try to catapult this thing all the way over. I like it. Well, I have mixed feelings about that weird thing, but I kind of like the idea of trying to catapult the wheel over to the right. What are we doing here, Murmur? Oh, I see. I see what he's doing. Okay. I think Rrrrmrmrs could work. He's just using too many pieces in a few places. And I think a big one is his pult that moves that yellow rectangle out of the way. Oh. Oh, the orange wheels get in his way. Unfortunate. Is this going to work for Rrrrmrmr? He has chiseled away quite a few pieces. I don't know if it'll work or not. Meanwhile, IGL has a more efficient... Is it more efficient of a top section? I think so. He's using 19 pieces on that top section. They're kind of close in terms of total number of pieces on their top section. Rrrrmrmr is going to be close to making this work. With his current design. I'm still just not in love with... I'm not in love with the catapult that he's using to move that move the rectangle to the left. Like, he could just lay, like, some long water rods, connect that to his pult, and he'd have so much more power on that pusher. Oh man, Rrrrmrmr is close, but he is low on pieces. Yep, adding another good. He's going to have a purple wheel farther to the right now. And he is trying to get the rectangle to barely fall off the ledge instead of having some momentum to the right when it falls off the ledge, which will help a little bit. But it's not quite going to fall yet. It needs to be a little longer. Man, poor IGL is struggling with this catapult. Yeah, still needs to be a little longer, Rrrrmrmr. Like, that catapult that IGL has will have enough power to send that rectangle all the way to the right. It just feels like it's going to be so tweaky for it to actually do it. Oh, that was beautiful, Rrrrmrmr. That was beautiful. Oh, when the rectangle got tangled up with his wood weight, it started struggling. Which, you know, use a water weight. He can use a bigger water weight and not have to worry about that. Like a water weight that is on the ground, has one side already on the ground and main joint connected to the pult. And if that main weight is on the ground, it'll also keep his contraption from moving. There's just so many benefits of him changing out that wood weight for a water... Oh! Nope. I thought he was going to do it for a second. He got my hopes up. The rod is a decent length that he's using as a stopper. He just needs it to not interact. Oh? Yeah, see... I don't see this working the way he intends for it to. He also needs to delay the way that it falls right now. Man, rrrrmrmr, just change out that wood weight for a water weight. Come on, man. This is painful to watch. Oh, I did not imagine that getting pinned against the rectangle. That was interesting. I don't know if he was going for that or not. Yeah, I bet when the rectangle gets to that wood weight, the whole thing's going to shift again. Yeah, it's already kind of shifting. Shifting Sandland. Use a water weight! Water! Oh! Iggle's onto the second platform. Iggle has gotten his rectangle over to the right. And he has a lot of pieces left. Music stopped. Music continue. Iggle seems unhappy with that bottom section. He's trying to figure out what to do. So I left the right side open, so if you really wanted to, you could send the rectangle all the way to the right and pull it back to the left. Yes, Tanuki, this is indeed Celeste. Man, rrrrmrmr, there would be so many benefits of having a water weight that starts on the ground whose main joint is pulling the pult down. There would be so many benefits, because his main contraption would not slide to the right if he did that. Oh, this makes me so sad. See, now him doing this, now the rectangle's not going to be able to move. Because it's going to fall onto the rectangle too early. I don't hate this idea. He got rid of one purple wheel to just like account for the fact that his design is going to shift to the left. I don't hate that. It kind of requires some luck with the timing of it shifting, but it can work. We are officially longer than I expected. Man, rrrrmrmr, what are we doing here? Like, he could be so close if he just changed the way his weight is being used on that pult. This is disheartening to see. Oh, I see. He's gonna try to like pin his pult against the ceiling as a method of keeping it in place after it pushes the yellow rectangle off to the right. That's interesting. Oh, that was weird. His purple wheels like came back on top. He can change the way that his purple wheels are all connected. Yeah, there we go. I don't... This is better. I would prefer him have connected that joint to one of the wheels on the left of that joint. Or that. This will work. And he's just adding more weight. More weight, why not? It'll help his pult not shift. Iggle going for a powered version to move that rectangle over to the right. Oh, see, now this is interesting. rrrrmrmr is going to try to use a wood rod for the purple balls to sit on so they don't roll over to the left. They still are a little bit, because I think his wood rod is not connected to those purple balls. If he connected that wood rod to the purple balls, that would help a lot. No one tell him you can do this. I want to see what it is. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. A simple powered cart to push that thing to the left would be so easy. That's how I did it. I don't know why they're not thinking of it, but whatever. Doesn't matter. Rrrrmrmr's really close. Maybe. Maybe? Oh! Oh! Is this? I don't think it's gonna work. Because his last wheel's not quite in the build or in the goal area. And he's out of pieces! He's out of pieces. I don't know if that's gonna work. He can make that wait longer. Get rid of one piece. Yes, this is exactly what he needs to do. No, don't change the angle of it, because now his right wheel can't go as high. Just use a water rod. He needs as much of an angle as he can get. I don't know if that's gonna work. I don't know if that's gonna work. He needs more of an angle there. Trying to figure out what Eagle's doing. I think Eagle is also trying to figure out what Eagle is doing. Like, this ramp is fine, but it's just going to have the rectangle fall all the way to the floor, which is kind of problematic. Okay, I kind of like that, getting rid of that purple wheel so that the rectangle's not like flying to the left. Oh, see, okay, this is what he's doing. Eagle's trying to do another pult to like a drag pult or whatever you want to call it to drag that rectangle to the left. My design when I tested was much more similar to rrrrmrmr's than Eagle's. Oh, is this gonna lift up? Maybe we're waiting. Yeah, give it a little more weight. There you go. He can even make the right side of that seesaw a little longer so that it gets a little higher. Alright, rrrrmrmr, is this gonna work? This has a chance. This has a chance! That right side, though, I don't know. He's got it! Woo! GG's.